Hello! 3:30 on the dot, and we too are the only ones in view. So far, how are you, my friend?
I am well. How are you? Hey,
Spectacular.
hold on. Stop video. There we go. Hey!
Woo! Hello,
I'm
hello!
good.
You're good?
Nice to. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing really well.
Sweet. And so you managed to make it happen, and the playlist is up, and everything is good to go and complete with album 22 as we
Well, the playlist doesn't have all the songs on it because different artists have chosen to selectively release their music. And so not all of it's available on all the streaming platforms. I've actually heard back from a couple people that aren't going to be able to make it.
Yes.
May or may not make it. Janine's driving right now.
Yes. I didn't think she was able to. Glenda can't make it. Shimmer also. But they both got me a video to be able to play.
Hey everybody, it's Shimmer Johnson. Thank you so much for including me on album 22. My song Priceless will be number 6 on album 22. Priceless comes from an amazing album called Inner Me that I released February 9th, 2021, and adding it to this project just made me feel amazing, and I hope it really connects with everybody out there that listens.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say my name is Glenda. I am doing Soulution. I've contributed that to this amazing project. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for such extraordinary work and connection. And I'm really, really inspired by not only Laura, but Jared. So thank you guys for having me contribute to this beautiful project.
As we all work together to promote each other, it's just going to keep growing.
Yeah. And as I mentioned as well, there's Woodstock, which is in Canada, September 9th. But I say that at 3:33. So that when I said after Rimini led us through the recode process, I literally said, like, I feel like this is the modern day Woodstock. And then all of a sudden, Carla Wilczek says, we've got Woodstock and we're planning it on your grandma's birthday, even though they didn't know that's what September 9th is. And
Right.
we want you to, potentially bring album 22 into the mix. So
That'd be
that
awesome.
is happening as well. Eric, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Laura, Jared?
Good.
Spectacular.
Good.
You look like you've had a shift. Something's changed about you.
Well, new lighting per your recommendation.
Oh, fantastic. Well, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, just in a different, area of the house. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited for today, as you've mentioned probably already. I mean, yeah, today's a big day for all of us. So it's just exciting to think about it. We're finally here.
Yeah, right. So I'm hoping that more people actually are able to make it. I understand, like, it's, the middle of summer, and so some people have a life, and so, not to say that we three do not, because we all do. We just prioritize differently to be here on time. However, nonetheless, I am open to how we want this to go as Rimini enters in, and then we get the new entrance of energy in motion once the audio is connected. How's it going, Rimini?
Hi, yeah, I'm good. Just finishing my evening meal, so I'll hop on video shortly just after I yeah.
That's absolutely perfect. It's great to have you with us. Thank you. And yeah, this is so exciting. It's small but mighty. We always kind of seem to start that way now. Not always. We can't say that. That's a universal or a definitive, which means there's no question or doubt in our mind that that's going to be the truth, and it's not. So I'm just correcting myself because as some people know, I'm a little bit particular sometimes with words and definitions and distinctions. And so I'm looking at Jared and Eric, who have both worked quite closely with me through this process, because Eric and I created You Are Loved together. So Eric submitted his music first, and then Denise built on her light language infused piece, and then I added in some song or some sound over top and around that. And Eric, if you wanted to speak into that process as well, we're going to get there. But I think what is needing to happen right now is more just kind of welcoming everybody in. And then we're going to have a 30 minute-ish segment after everybody's finished eating and kind of settled into the room, for us to actually have it, so that then people can see who we are, and then can see the community that we're forming, the strength of that common unity that we've created over the last 7 months that we've been working together through this process. And then we can really feature ourselves well, and we can have it around a strategic talk. I thought it would be significant, because the album theme is the sacred sojourn of the soul, to kind of speak about the journey of actually creating the album as a team. So I like your haircut, Jules. I just noticed. It's awesome to see you here.
Oh, thank you. Long time. Thank you. It's a really big pleasure. But for me, I like Jared, the haircut better.
Yeah, right? We all look different. Other than Rimini, we haven't seen you yet, but hopefully you'll be feeling satisfied after your meal. Amazing. So how's it, like, does anybody have anything you want to add in before we kind of, I know like it's already recording, but we don't necessarily need to share this piece of it. So like this is kind of our free-for-all section. I just save it just because, like, if something super significant came up and then afterwards we were just like, that was brilliant, can we nab that out of all of this? That way it's not sharing the details, because with this being a collaborative opportunity that we've all done together, it's just like there was so much uncertainty that it really just came together as we went. Like somebody messaged, I forget who it was, and they were just like, I didn't realize it was going to entail all of these meetings, and like I didn't know it was gonna like require all of this extra, like I just submitted my song and I'm sorry. And it's just like, well, it became more for those that wanted it to be, and then Luna shows up. So like I think it's just absolutely perfect. Everybody's getting out of it what you're put into it. I'm working on editing Luna and I's video right now. Hello.
Hi.
Awesome to see you. Interesting.
Lovely to see you too.
Wow, it crisscrosses in the center. Cool pattern. Yes,
I thought I'd go fancy, and I brought a party hat. So.
Oh, amazing! That's awesome. I was going to call you Divergent because you're like the center point of the divergence.
Not gonna say no to that. I like the film.
Right? It's a good one, and I feel like that's what this project has really been. This really has.
In a way. It is definitely about unity and togetherness in a time that is division.
Yeah, super far from normal. Was that you that Jared had said that?
Yes. So, and I got a little bit from Rimini earlier today where she was talking about collaborating, and I think, as we've worked together and we've kind of seen what each other can do, we should definitely build more on collaboration and build more together as we work forward, especially as we work on the next project. But I love that we've come together for this project, and I want to celebrate as much as possible out of it, because as we put each other forward, we're lifting ourselves up. So this is that baby that we've created, the opportunity and the vehicle to do that. So that's super exciting.
It really is.
super, super exciting. And as Paul Martinelli used to always say, when I was a program coordinator and it was selling the coaching program I'm certified through for 10 years this year. Next month, I got certified 10 years ago. My life completely changed. And there was a cataclysmic moment. Literally, there was a storm the night before I left. And it struck the tree outside, like lightning struck this tree outside of my mom's house and blew the gas line. And it completely exploded all of her electronics, including her sewing machine, which was like her coping mechanism. And this happened the night that I was then going off to Florida because of the significant change in my own timeline that I actually set myself up for. And I feel like it's really significant relating to what we're here to do today, as well as we see if there's a few more people that want to come in, and then we can just kind of have a final touch base, and then we can kind of do the 30-minute conversation and talk about the creative process. But I lost my train of thought because I veered too far off course, I have to say. How's everyone feeling today?
Good.
Yeah? Everybody's just a little toned down because you're muted? I guess it's the vibe of...
Very good.
How exciting is this? What was I going to say about, the significance of literally lightning striking my mom's tree outside of her house, and how like I had to get ready for that event to like go to Toronto, which before was the big city for a country girl. And it's like I had to get ready by tea light candle because the power was out, not just where it had hit the tree outside of mom's place, but it had also shut the power down at my dad's place, which is like 20 minutes drive difference. So it wasn't just something that wasn't significant and specific, I think, to my own transformation, because both of my parents' separate residencies were impacted by what I set off to do. And then I went on to my course and then met my ex and moved to England for 3.5 years and opened my eyes to all kinds of expansion and things that I never would have done had I got too scared to get on that plane, or got too scared to, get to the airport, or got too scared and said, but like the hydro's out and like my alarm doesn't work. And, we can all find so many excuses. And yet, if we don't, we have another one enter the room. Suzi Kory, amazing to see you. Awesome. Hey. We were just talking about, I was just saying about saying yes to opportunity, and how something significant oftentimes strikes. Literally before I kind of went off on my own transformation, lightning struck the tree outside of my mom's house and it knocked the power out at my dad's place in separate residence too. And so it's like it impacted both residencies, because like that was the equivalent 10 years ago of what this is, I feel. And so I shared that example because I feel like significant things could happen in all of our lives, or be happening. Like I know, Luna, you're moving very soon. It's finally happening.
Yeah, I booked my flight literally 15 minutes before this call because I finally found one that was affordable and fair.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah.
And I was looking at some of Luna's streams on YouTube. She's getting up there. She's getting up there.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I've been streaming quite a lot on Twitch. It's really fun. I'm having loads of fun in general. It all feels very exciting. So yeah, no, absolutely. And actually, it's funny how you say that. I feel like, I don't know if it's just because we're looking or if this is actually a thing, but life does give us signs when we go into the right directions. As you just said, like that happening for me, like it's been incredibly hot the last couple of days. I feel like the island is sweating me out. They're like, leave already. My internet has broken 3 times in the last 2 weeks because it's just been like, no, it's time for you to go, hush. So you can really like see how when the time comes, life kind of draws little arrows in case you haven't noticed yet that there's a time for change. So it's interesting, definitely.
If we don't listen to those nudges, though, like when the internet breaks or, you know, the hydro goes out and then we don't go. Like, I don't know if you guys have made the choice to, you know, listen to the saboteur and, you know, succumb to that sabotage of the dream and submission to the fear. But like, I have done that, and like, I pulled out of an opportunity to speak at a for the city of Hamilton like 2 years ago, and it was just like I was doing way too much, and there was a lot that I was chasing and doing irresponsibly. And like, when you try to like do spiritual bypassing, you like do the steps backwards, is what I discovered. So in that process, that was kind of part of when I let the saboteur and that voice win. And when I did that, I went into the lowest experience that I ever had been to in my entire life. And it was because the universe had set it up for me to do the thing that then I pulled back from. And then in not doing the thing, I had nothing else to come from that thing, because every opportunity is a door that opens to the next door, to the next door, to the next door, to the next door. It's just like, we got ourselves in this room today. We got ourselves in the room like 7 months ago, guys, ladies, gentlemen. Like 7 months ago, this was an idea. We were individual artists, or, you know, an empowerment coach with an alternative approach that sings sometimes, that wanted to connect with others aligned to open-mindedness and thinking out of the box, and, you know, all of these things. Like, this wasn't even an idea, except that Jared and I were talking, and it was just like, he loved my message and said, people need to hear you, and I'm connected to musicians. Could you host a meeting and I'll bring people? And I said, if I don't have to do anything else. So that was literally how this came to be. And then obviously I did more than just host the meetings. But like, you guys are incredible. Each of you in view is the prize. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
yeah, so much of the idea of bringing everybody together came, you know, Rimini and I were discussing, and then it was just like, something needs to happen. We need to do something. We need to make something happen. We can talk about this forever, but we need to actually do something. And then I was talking to you, and it all just kind of clicked. Like, we need to bring everybody together that I'm working with, or that will want to work on this project together, and do something to create a greater sense of harmony and change in the world. Something where we can start small, or start with just ourselves, and contribute together. And then as we work together and collaborate, and as we build together, this is going to be a snowball that just takes it over. And we're going to drive a change and change the world with what we're doing. And it sounds like a big thing to say for such a small group of people, but we set out with our heart intention in the right place. And we're going to it, and then we're gonna make a big difference. It's gonna be huge. And I think we all kind of feel that. We all feel that this energy that we're growing together is just something that's going to continue to build on itself. And especially, you know, I really appreciate, Laura, that you've been such a driving force in helping us to organize ourselves and come together and have meetings and points of discussion and different directions to discuss on. And it's like, I'm very good at impromptu, just kind of winging it and going with the flow and kind of feeling out where I need to go with things. But having that structure and that order and the direction has been a tremendous strength, you know, and a fill where my weakness has come into play. Your strengths have come into play. And we've been able to work together with everybody here to create something that's beautiful and amazing. And it's like, there's still steps in the process. There's still things, there's still interviews to be done. There's still growth that's going to happen to the website. But where we've got it right now is we've got this ability to send our friends or send our listeners or send them somewhere where they can connect with like-minded artists who are out to help them grow and be better at who they are, to be themselves, to find their purpose in life. It's as we connect and find our purpose and we lift each other, then the whole world gets lifted. And as we share and as we invite our listeners and we invite our friends to listen and to share, it's just going to grow that ball of synergy. And this is the ball that I'm talking about that's going to take over. as we roll forward this positive progression in life, and as we continue to push this forward. And it's, you know, it's something that I think we all kind of feel. And that's why we've all come together to be part of this.
You know what
So,
this makes me think of right now? Sorry. My mom has this postcard that she was gifted a while ago, and it's got this little figurine drawn on it, balancing on like a rope, and it says, "Everything is going to be okay." And my mom crossed out the "is going to" and wrote in, "Everything is okay." Which I don't know why came to my mind right now, but of course we're talking about growth and we're talking about the change that we're making in the future. But what I feel right now is this group and this togetherness and this what we found in each other and how we've grown together has already made such a big change, and that we get to celebrate that connection today is so beautiful. So I'm really in the present right now. Even though I love the talks about the future, I'm really in the present, and I'm really grateful to be here with you all.
yeah, absolutely. This is a beautiful thing.
Jared, go.
Oh, this is a beautiful thing that we have. Definitely worth celebrating. That's why we're here. Love it.
You were feeling what I was thinking, or maybe others too, but it's like, it's not going, like, it's not a going to in the future tense now. Like, this is launch day. Like, this is live. Like, this is the transition. This is when it goes from an idea that was coming together to the day that it launches, and like the baby's out of the door, and like there ain't no going back. Like, I haven't had a child, but like there's no way I want it coming out, and I definitely wouldn't want to like come it back in. No. So like Rimini comes into view and she's a mama, so maybe it's the perfect opportunity for you to be able to share something. But the screen got froze. I don't know if anybody else wants to say something instead, but yeah, totally. It's literally a now present moment. All we have experience. There we go. You're back. You got stuck in an awkward kind of pose, so I don't know how that's gonna look.
Half in and out.
You're here now. There we go. Perfect.
Oh yes, no. When the baby's out, you definitely are not up for it going back in again.
No.
Not after all that hard work.
I can't even imagine, to be fair. But like this was difficult enough, and like this is like, yeah, this is the idea that came into fruition, and like you've had the baby and the idea and the recoding, and I love the fact that like when we did that recoding as a group, and I was saying this to Jared before everybody else got on, I literally I experienced that feeling of like, oh, this is the modern day Woodstock. And then a week ago I met somebody from a call, and so Carla Wilczuk has an event. She's going to be hosting like a festival, but it's not just a music festival. It's the combination between music festival and consciousness, which is exactly like doing retreat, you know, with workshops and educational things about our rights and, you know, all the other things that I'm involved with conscious music. And it's just like, it's called Woodstock. It was just like, really, like, that's interesting.
It's all connected in a beautiful way.
That's like exactly shoehorning into the kind of direction and what we're standing for, right? It's consciousness, empowerment, music, actually the integrity and the core essence of what music really is, and reclaiming that, because I think it's been stolen from us for too long. So it's our right to create and sing and joy and heal as we go, you know, whether that be one foot stomp at a time or one booty shake at a time or just a lighter moment held up in the air, being present with your feelings, you know, like just, yeah, absolutely. And bringing that kind of conscious community back together, like they used to do with tribes and music and healing. You know, if someone was sick or if they just lost their way, they would sing and dance around them. like not put them in an isolation in a jail. It was like, hey, have some love, have some sound frequency, have some energy. Like, yeah, so it's about building that community and that connection and that transference of love and energy from one another, because we aren't islands.
Right. You know, something my friend Cherish said to me is that we need to have another like Live Aid, but instead of being for, you know, for a cause like that, we need to have like a Live Aid campaign where it's just conscious musicians reaching out to build humanity. And I loved what she was saying, because it really, you know, Live Aid really touched on the power of music to affect change in the world. And what they were able to do was amazing with that, with the producers and everything behind it, the way that their stuff worked for what they were aiming to do. They had a tremendous power, and it's still being felt. And then we look at what we're trying to do with conscious collaboration and with conscious music creation. I think that creating something like that, like Laura's saying, you know, this is like the Woodstock. This is like something that's going to change the generation, something that's going to shape a generation. And that's kind of, you know, a possibility. But, you know, it's just coming back to right now, right here. We are the creators of what's going to be. And so as we work together to create what is, beautiful things will happen. And beautiful things are happening, especially as we work together to just build each other and just promote each other. What a tremendous opportunity. So very grateful to each of you for being a part of this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jared. And truly, it strikes me the love revolution is where we go next with this whole experience, because obviously I have reached out to Suzi about Woodstock, and she actually already has Love Revolution happening at that time, and has another event happening the day after in September, which is amazing because you have that going on. All the others of us who are in this screen may have other things going on similarly or otherwise. And if we were independently trying to do all of these things for ourselves, it's just like, it's so much harder than if we just, you know, share out a message once and then we say, hey, can you five or six, can you guys please share this message too? And then it's just like, whether it's just one person in each of yours or even just one person within the six of you, you know, it's just like, we've got 7 of us sharing the same message that way. And if we can figure out how to kind of collaboratively centralize what's going on and make it a hub for artists, of like indie artists, and like what Luna's got going on with the I forget what it's called with the indie,
the power of indie.
Yeah, the power of indie, like that sounds phenomenal. And then I don't know who might be interested as well in the mentorship component that we can build into this as well, so that we can actually use our experiences as musicians of varying time frames to be able to actually mentor youth. So I feel like there is a needed shift in terms of kind of moving into the next phase of this. As I know we've been saying gold stuff, which is why it's nice to have it already recording. But in terms of actually going live, everybody have your mug ready?
Yes, here and now.
Everybody's got your mug.
I have a flute, not a mug.
Flute. Well, for a moment, I thought you were going to play something. No, that's beautiful.
I have a mug awkwardly filled with alcohol here. It's a weird combination, but I'm making it work.
What is that?
I've got non-alcoholic beer in here. Like it's a mug, but I'm drinking beer from it, which I've never done before, but I wanted to have a special mug. So
I love it. Does everybody have a story with your special mug? Everybody, yeah? I love it. You got peace. Susie's got peace. Jules, you got a design that you liked, so nothing special, but you improvised. Rimini's got the flute.
I'm color coordinated.
You're color coordinated. Love it. Eric, you got the oh, you got the football. We're drinking out of a football. There we go. Woo! All right. And then mine says, love is a fruit in season at all times and within reach of every hand, Mother Teresa. So, cheers.
That's beautiful. Mine just says, without crazy friends, you wouldn't have crazy times. And it's the ugliest mug I've got, but my best friend bought it for me during, well, I'm going to talk about it, but anyway, it's special.
I absolutely love that. Cheers to each of us who are special in our own way and rocking what we bring to the table in our own way. And just, wow. No, I'd say bottoms up, but maybe just like take your time, but enjoy. We worked hard for this.
Yeah, I love that we have this opportunity now to just jump up and start promoting each other. We have the place where we can all be seen and just go for it. The door is open. The door is open. Come on in. Invite your friends, invite your listeners, and let's all do this together. Because as Laura was just saying, if we go around and we look at each other's projects, we look at each other's videos, we look at each other's music that we're creating, and we share that. We share that on our social platforms. Like, oh, hey, Luna shared this band. Like, there's totally different from what she sounds like, but these guys are great. Or, hey, Rimini shared this new artist I've never heard of called Ton-E. Like, it's so weird. Like, it's like nothing you've ever heard before. Like, whatever. If we lift and build each other, if we lift and build with what we have now in front of us, with these tools that we've helped to shape and create, we got it. The door's open. We're here. Hooray.
The door is open. We just have to walk in. And so as we walk into what is going to be a summit experience that we wanted to bring to you who may be a fan of one of those who are in view right now. But after the launch of album 22, which is today, so woohoo, cheers to us. We did it, we made it. 7 months of labor, and now we are drinking the fruits and we are in common community together. And what I really wanted to do is take a drink. You know why they say cheers? Does anyone know why they say cheers? Now we'll all know.
I don't, but I have an awkward anecdote of why we put our glasses together in person, like why we do the cheers. Yes. I don't know if you know it.
They're correlated. Share the story.
I think it's the same one. It was from Viking times, if I'm not mistaken, where they would clash them together real hard, so drops would spill into each other's glasses, so no one would try to poison anyone else, as far as I know.
Yes. That's exactly why you say cheers, because it's just like we're all going down, or none of us are going down, but we're going to see if there's a traitor in our midst, and it's not just going to be you taking me out. It's like we're all in this. So I love that we all have our mugs. We've just cheered. That's why I wanted to drink up, because it's actually rude not to drink after you've said cheers, apparently. But that's a superstition, and then if you live your life by those, then that's not necessarily going to serve you unless you got really good superstitions. But the point is that we have an opportunity now to reflect on the last 7 months of working through the sacred sojourn of the soul, which has been what this journey through creating this album 22 has been. And so I would love to hear each of us share a perspective of that transformation that you even went through. We were a small enough group that we could absolutely just talk about what it was like to be involved in a project that included community during a time of isolation and complete toxicity socially and culturally, that actually had an insertion of normality simply because we chose to create that, because amazing people showed up. And it was like, what do you need to do to keep amazing people showing up? And it was like, have a prize, which was this album. So that's how this came to be, and I'd love to hear from someone else.
Yeah, if I can go first, I'm kind of itchy. I want to get this out. Like, for me, coming from where I was coming from, I look at where I was a little over a year and a half ago, and I was broken, hurting, and really just dumping and diving myself full time into my music, and really just kind of like just looking for a way to use the organization we'd built to help lift and build people. And then fast forward to where we were in December, where I talked with Rimini, and I'd gone through so much growth and development personally, and stepping into my power as a man, and with some coaching from some friends. You know, Laura, you were part of that, and Rimini was part of that too. A great part of opening my eyes for helping me to become who I can be, and stepping into my ability to affect something in the world. And so when the opportunity was brought up and made a reality to bring together these connections that I've been able to form over this time, and been able to culture, to come together to make something lasting and something that would be impactful, it was a great opportunity. And then when I look at just from the time we started working together to where I'm at today, for me personally, this has been an amazing, amazing journey. Ooh, baby, I'm gonna cry. It's been an amazing journey of being able to recognize that I have a purpose to being here to lift and build. And that purpose and drive that I felt when I started the Mad Hatter drive is being realized in this moment. And it's stepping forward, and it's projecting into reality this drive and this ambition that we share and we carry together in community, that we want to lift and help people to have a better, more fulfilling, happier life. And the fact that we've been blessed with these talents and abilities and skills, if you want to call them that, to go out and to use our artistic creation and the artistic creations that we've been gifted with, because truly a lot of songs that come are gifts, and they're gifts not necessarily for ourselves, but for others, and we end up being blessed by that gift as well. And it's as we're sharing and lifting and carrying each other, as we've been doing that, and as we've come together to do all these things together, I've seen such tremendous change in myself, in being able to stand up and to value who I am and who I show up as. And so if I take it back to where I was a year and a half ago, to when I met Laura, to when I met Rimini, to when I met Luna, to when I met Jules, to when I met Eric, to when I met Suzi, and the growth that's happened since those times, you have all been a tremendous, tremendous part of helping me to grow and to become so much better and so much more hopeful for the positive effects that I can have on the world in showing up as myself. You're my friends, and I am deeply indebted to be part of this tremendous opportunity, this tremendous growth that we're working on together. It's awesome. it's awesome to have you here and to call you my friends. That's been my experience.
Amazing, Jared. Thank you. And as you were sharing your testimony of the transformation that this process of album 22 being birthed has brought to the world, we went live on Facebook. So I just wanted you to know that the world got to hear part of what you shared, Jared, and you who tune in now or are, you get to see some of the contributing artists to this project who have each sprinkled magic into this in their own way. And so we're hearing their testimonies and my own as well, as to how this process has transformed us through the sacred sojourn of going from no CD or no album to album 22. So who would like to share next? Suzi?
Sorry, I was just on mute. Hello, everyone. And I want to say it's great to be back because it's been a while. Yeah, I had a few things going on, as I know most of you do, that was taking a lot of time. But having said that, I had to make sure I was here today. And I think it's such an incredible day. And looking back to the beginning, what happened there?
What? So, wow. Okay. So just give me 1 second. What are the chances of it going off in that moment? We are live. We'll edit this little piece out. If you're watching, then you get to see the blenders. I'm just going to exit this so then I can plug it into my computer. There was I had my charger, but evidently it didn't like how much energy it was taking. And so it just died. And so I apologize. Sorry about that. The symbolic significance means there's a reason for it. But anyway, we're back.
We have light again.
I was going to say you got married to Johnny the Blow Up Doll since you were last on as well.
That's true. So I'm a new bride. If anybody else is not watching my social media, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But I married my blow-up doll, just so you all know. And before you think I'm crazy.
In her new album, or in her new song, Feeling or Got a Feeling.
So it's a joke.
Johnny and Suzi went on adventures, so my apologies.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, back to this. I've said it before during some of our other meetings, where I can only speak for myself that when I was asked to become a part of this, you're trying to understand what your role is going to be. But a few days ago, I had made a post about a program that I was a part of that's called Finding Your Bliss. And I said, it's funny how whatever mindset you're in, you will attract like-minded people. And that's why I knew that when Jared contacted me about this, even though I didn't understand my role in it, I knew that it's against like your tribe, that you're coming together with like-minded people. And I didn't realize that it was eventually going to lead to something so big. But in the meantime, with each meeting that we had, I said we became like family, and just getting to see everybody all the time, and the positivity and the creativity, and, all working together for a common cause. And then the work that you and Jared put into all of this, kind of heading it, and Rimini as well. It's just incredible. And giving us that opportunity to be a part of something like this. That now, like you're saying, today is just the culmination of all that, and really the start of it, because now it's coming out, and now it's limitless in where it could go and what it can do and how it can affect people. So it's beautiful.
Something else that I wanted to point out is that it hasn't just been me and Laura spearheading all this. Janine was a great part of actually coming up with the final presentation of just sharing the songs, and it's so clean, it's so nicely done. And then Luna went ahead and her and Laura worked through the order, and it's such an amazing journey, just the way that she ordered those songs. So it's been a group project We've all kind of stepped up in our different areas of where we can help, and I love it. So I thank you, Suzi, so much for being here and being a part of this.
Thank you.
Eric, are you unmuted because it's your turn?
No, I've been unmuted the whole time. I'm actually muted on my phone. However, no, sure, I'll go. Yeah, I mean, the thing that comes to mind for me is gratitude to start. And what I mean is, yeah, I'm just really grateful to even be in this space with all of you. You guys are all so talented, just influential in a positive light. Suzi, I agree. Like, we're all like-minded. When Jared and I connected, late last year, yeah, he spoke to me in a way that I felt called to him and attracted to him in a way. And here I am, and I guess for me, my journey has been unique because while I'm not necessarily an artist, I still felt called to want to contribute, and I told Jared, months ago, I was like, I just want to be a part of this in some way. And, what my role is as well, I don't know. I just know I want to be a part of this. And so I think, as it's been said, the universe gave me an opportunity and I took it, and just very grateful that I attracted even, the likes of you, Laura, right, to want to contribute and, join me, right, on our song. And yet I think it's bigger than that, for me when I think about it, right, because we've all given a part of ourselves to this. And so for eternity, right, a part of ourselves now could be shared with the world. And so that's why I'm so grateful, because, 8 months ago or however many months ago, if you would have asked me, would I have been a part of an amazing, project like this to give, back to, I had no clue. So I love that. I guess I would say is the way I'd end it is I love that I stepped through the door with all of you. So thank you.
So grateful you did. Hugely grateful you did. You've helped a lot in the meetings and the support. You showed up every time, Eric. Like you're definitely in with like people in terms of like, when you talk about like everybody, you're all so talented. It's just like, and as are you, it's just like, not that you needed that reminder. It's just like, evidently Luna and I are the ones, this is like, language matters. The teacher finger, I love it. Who wants to share your experience over the time of birthing this collective project?
I guess I can go. So much has been said that, I could just say, yep, same, and most of it would have been said. But I feel like for me, it's really been, I don't even consciously know how I stumbled into this group of beautiful, shining beacons of light, but somehow I did. And it's just been so wonderful to get to know you all a bit more, to explore what you do and who you are, and to connect. And I always feel like through the screen, there's such a beautiful energy in these meetings. And for me, it's definitely also been a journey. I'm in a part of my life where I need to rediscover and find and heal and do loads of things right now. And when I started being in this group, I was definitely in a worse place than I am now. And this thing connected me to Rimini, who was a big part of me getting better, and connected me to all of you, which really uplifted me and took me to so many. I think it was so beautiful to just see us grow together. Like I saw myself grow as I saw you guys grow, and as I saw us just create this beautiful form of unity. And there's one thing that Jared said that switched my energy a little bit, which was the being indebted for something. I don't feel like that at all. I think there's gratitude and never debt. We don't owe each other anything. We just give because we love to, and we are here together because we choose to connect. And there's such beautiful and lightness in giving without expecting anything in return, and choosing to be in a beautiful space of energy and working with other people and to give on to. That's what I find so beautiful about album 22. It's that idea of, we are giving to you. We are not expecting anything. There's no debt or anything owed afterwards. There's nothing that we want in return. We just want to shine. We just want to love. We just want to bring what we have found through our music to other people and uplift them. And that is so beautiful. And I'm just so happy to be a part of this, to know you, and to be a part of this beautiful project with such a lovely energy, and to be able to grow with it as well. So I guess, thank you.
Thank you. Luna, I love how you put that. I love how you centered my language, because you're absolutely right. It's not a debt of gratitude. It is a feeling of love and appreciation. It's a feeling of love and appreciation. And there's not an expectation, but there's just love and acceptance and appreciation for all that's been done and all that is happening and all that will be done. Love it. Love it.
Isn't that just like the most beautiful thing ever? Like,
it's like it's the well analogy of, it's just like, if you're in debt, you're giving from the bottom of the well. But if we actually think of our energy as a well, it's just like, the more that we do for ourselves and do for others, which actually does for us because of the return that we get from their experience of happiness and how that makes us feel good about ourselves from it. It's like all of those deposits into the account ultimately raise the level of our self-image or our self-esteem. And then ultimately we can get to the place where it's just like, our self-esteem is high enough that it's like, then we start to overflow, and then we give from the abundance, and it costs us nothing. So it's like full gratitude is just giving from the overflow, so that there's no expectation. It's like, it didn't cost me anything. You enjoy, pass something on to somebody else, be that ripple effect, like that song I told Suzi we got to write together. All right. Thank you. Rimini.
I'm going to try not to mess my internet up, but my energy is really intense right now, which usually means the Wi-Fi cuts out. I feel a bit like Jared, not wanting to burst into tears. But this has been like an amazing journey. And like, my business is called 360 Artist Wellness. It's like this has been the first time I felt the 360 degree of myself being present, like the artist, musician, the visionary, and also the healer. Like, I've been able to be dynamically present in all of the ways that I am. Whereas, and that's the first time, because normally it's like, I'm just the artist, or I'm just the healer, or I'm just the coach, or whatever it is. It's like, actually, I've been all of me. And it's been so beautiful to, Luna, when you said about giving without any expectation, or like, any attachment to something, but what's come as a result of giving is like being able to witness people that I now love, like, grow and spread their wings and express themselves in this most beautiful rainbow dynamic gorgeousness. And it's just like, it's so nourishing for me just to see the impact of like people being vulnerable and bold and courageous and going, yes, I'll have it. Let's get in the field and work on some woo-woo stuff, like woo stock. I'm all about it.
Love it.
And it's been lovely also to receive, like, Jared, you've really held me in moments like when I haven't been there for myself as an artist, like the best tears. You've really been there, and like, you haven't allowed me to like shut that side down. It's been like, no, you're here wholly as you, which is music et al. It's like nothing is being cut off, or just you're not just here for other people to lift them up, you get to be elevated too. Wow, I want to cry. And yeah, so it's been just gorgeous to be like, yeah, those very first conversations, Jared, where it was like, hey, I don't know you, but I know you want to chat. And just having those like, we don't even know why we're on the phone, but we're on the phone for a reason. And suddenly it's like, okay, yeah, well, maybe we should do like an album. Maybe we should do a label. Maybe we should just change the world. Yeah, let's do it. And yeah, so it's just been like, yeah, really wonderful just to kind of, I guess, just be present and say yes to the door and not really know what's on the other side, but just kind of let it unfold. And it's that beautiful thing that we get told a lot about. You don't need to know the whole staircase, you just need to see the first step. And often I just want to see the whole staircase before I take the first step. And so it's been a really nice like reminder just to take the first step and trust that the next one will be shown to you in the most beautiful way. And yeah, it's been, especially over this weird time, like it's just been lovely to know that this is happening and know that it's not all happening on my shoulders. Like when I haven't got the strength, somebody else is moving it forward. And when, it's like, it's just, and it's also been a ray of light for me in moments where it's been really challenging with what's going on in the world, isolated on my own with the 2-year-old and stuff. Like it's been a lot. It's been some real life that's happened. And this has definitely been like, yeah, just really nourishing on so many fronts. And just even like, yeah, being connected to you, Luna, as well, and going on that journey together. And, just like there's been so many areas of my life affected. And yeah, so yeah, really blessed to have met you all and feel really, just humbled to be on this journey with you all. And yeah, that's that word again, grateful. Really grateful. Love y'all.
So love you as well. You're amazing and definitely up to the vibe. And it's like the quality of people in this room is at such a high level that it's like we should each tap ourselves on the back. Like, this is an awesome collection of warriors, ones who know what we stand for, that, will not be sold out to the highest bidder just because they offer the best paycheck when it's going to cost something that challenges or jeopardizes our integrity. It's like, I feel like the people that have invested the time to come to these meetings every other week for 7 months, like what we have went through in that transformation comes into the next music that we create, into the next part of the journey that we walk or fly to, or, that we even have the audacity to dream, because it's like, you can do anything if you believe in it. But like, you have to go beyond the belief. It's like, you got to take action. Those are the first, those are the most important 6 letters in the law of attraction, which is so popular. But it's just like, if you're sitting on your couch and you're, hoping for pizza, like you still have to get off the couch to get to the door, even when the pizza guy delivers. Like, you still have to do half the work in order to get there. So Jules, I would love for you to be able to take the stage now.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure. 7 months. In 7 months, I've been learning a lot from you guys. Like everybody has a lesson to teach. Like you guys are teachers. Like I have learned many things from sharing, from kindness, from being grateful, from recognizing that our lives are gifts, and living the life we need to share with others. Because like if you keep yourself in a corner and just stay by your own, you are going to end your life like without any meaning at all, because like everybody is there for others. Like we still need to learn from each, and this is what I've learned here. Like thanks a lot for Jared, who is of course the brave guy who took many steps, I could say. Of course, all of you are amazing. Yeah, I could just say that Jared is also amazing too, because like his steps were amazing too, and from his story and everything, like when he shares everything, you feel like, yeah, true. Like there is a good purpose living, just knowing that you are there for others, doing what you can to be with others, work with others, because we live with others. So the best thing which could happen in life could just happen with others. And yeah, I think I think I think you all remember, maybe there is a French writer. I don't think he was right when he said hell is others, like l'enfer c'est les autres. For me, I believe like heaven is others. If you guys read him, I don't remember his name well, but l'enfer c'est les autres. I will make a small research again to remember the name, but maybe somebody knows. Yeah. So for me, I could say that others are heaven. We don't get hell from others. We get heaven from others, because you still need people to support you when you are down. You still need people to talk to when you feel like you don't know how to express your feelings. You still need somebody to understand you, like when maybe you don't even understand yourself. You know, it happens. Sometimes you get lost in your own thoughts, because our thoughts are our biggest enemies. Sometimes you find yourself fighting with yourself, not knowing what is happening. But if you find somebody to talk to sit with, to discuss with, you will understand that things are really, really like different from the way you were seeing. I remember back when I was in Ethiopia, when I was learning in my university college, when I started it, there was one elder. His name is Khalil, and things were really hard because it was like a new year and a new beginning, and I was in a new place, and we knew nobody there, and sure, like there was no resource at all. But like an idea came to my mind. I said, like, why am I really suffering like this? I just left my job and I have to go and continue my education, but I'm feeling like I'm meeting many challenges. He looked at me and said, you know, you will learn better things here than you could have learned where you were in your comfort zone. Don't really go away from this, because this is a very good opportunity to learn. And when he told me that, I started looking at the place in a different way. Now I really love the place because of what he said, because I was like fighting the feeling of really suffering, but I needed that like to mold myself and to build myself up and become a stronger me. That was a lesson I have learned, that others are heaven. That writer is really wrong. I'm really sorry to the French fans of the writers, but l'enfer c'est pas les autres font partie d'issue. Yeah, they make up heaven. And thank you guys for being there like 7 months, sharing everything, discussing, sharing your experiences, your journey as warriors, and of course, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jules. I was so blown away when you were sharing some of your testimony in terms of what you went through with your journey from the Congo and to Ethiopia and now over to Spain. And it's just like, I have so been grateful for the interviews that I've been having the opportunity to do in this process with everyone in the frame except for Rimini thus far and Jared, simply because we need to get those scheduled and are happening in the near future. But we wanted, before Jared's, we wanted to make sure the project was done and dusted, and then we could simply reflect on what has already happened rather than have it in the future as the thing that we're moving towards, which we can generally tend to stay in the process of, compared to actually getting there sometimes in our goal creation. Not specifically in relation to Jared, but in our goal creation, it's like some of us are process oriented and some of us are outcome oriented, and being clear about where we are on that spectrum is very helpful, because if we're process people, then we actually enjoy the process rather than the goal. So we have to find ways to set strategic next processes within the goals, compared to if you're outcome oriented, then it's like the process is not what you want to do. So it's like set yourself mini goals along the way, and then you help yourself move there while feeling like you're celebrating every time. So anyway, I share that only because I love all of these teachings, and I appreciate you guys for listening, and I hope that it adds value to you and that you can take it and then use it for how it's going to work for and serve you. And what I'll say, I know that I speak the most in all of these conferences or in the summits simply because I host it, and because there's been a lot of on the fly figuring things out. And it's like, as I'm speaking, it's like, oh, that's the next part of this. And it's just like, there's been a lot that has come. But I'm so grateful, truly, to each of you through all of these. And it's like, even in the first session, I'll always say about how, like, I was in the fear of, you know, the truth, and I wanted to make sure people knew. And I remember being in that space, and Luna, in a very subtle and kind way, redirecting. And I so remember knowing better and not doing better, and then getting called out without getting called out, and just be like, these are the irons that will help sharpen me. These are who I need. So I say that because, like, wow, Luna, you're gonna say?
I was just going to say, also just listening to Jules, this was kind of building on what you just said as well. Something that I've become much more aware recently, and also through this project, is that we're all on different journeys, and we are on different points on our journeys, and we never know on what point of their journey the person is that we have just met, or the person is that we know for a long time. And still, even though our journeys are so different, of all of us that are here, we connect because there are points about us being human and experiences and feelings that we can all relate to and connect through and learn from each other, even though maybe the experience that gives one of us this certain realization is completely different to the experience another person might be going through. It can still hold the key and the solution. And there's so much beauty and power in how we've all shared our stories, and how you just shared, you know, you maybe in that point needed a reminder in that first meeting. I needed reminders of other things that you guys have given me as well. And I just feel like it's so wonderful to see how we can all be on these very different paths and still connect. And when one of us is maybe in a part of his path that is a bit rocky or needs reminding of a certain thing, we can step in, and the other way around. And there's just such strength and beauty to that. And I just felt like I should express that because it was on my mind right now.
Thank you. Absolutely. And it's just like, confidence is situational, even, is the other thing that so oftentimes we overlook. It's just like, you're not confident in every situation, no matter how confident you may be in something that you're super good at. So it's just like, everything is subjective. It's just like, you have a significant emotional event, you get knocked off course, you may have been here, but suddenly, like, the tides drifted you somewhere completely different, and you've got to adapt and figure things out. And so it's just like, we actually have a community now of people that want one another to succeed, rather than being the ones that are like the false admirers that like just want to be the yes people that are there to support, except for when you actually need to make a big decision. It's just like, they can't go there with you. And it's just like, I celebrate each of us for being willing to be the ones that are seen, to be the willing to be the ones that, you know, have actually survived the journey and to tell about it. Like, we actually live to tell the tale and sing about it. So I am so grateful and so humbled to have got to share this opportunity with you. I also checked, and there aren't any comments on Facebook, but I am shadow banned. So the likelihood is there's probably been about like 10 people that have had a chance maybe to view it. So you can go to my page and share that video, but I will get this posted to YouTube. And then if we share on the YouTube platform, that will help all of us gain more traction. I wanted to say too, if we're not already connected on YouTube, we definitely need to create a list where all of our YouTube channels and social media accounts are are hosted, so that way we can all make sure that we're linked and subscribed to one another's channels, because 25 extra subscribers actually makes, for quite a few as you're on the build. So is there anything else anybody wants to say before we go off of Facebook?
Yes. Not everybody's also always able to make it here. A lot of people have different work or different positions that they have to uphold that keeps them away from being participants in the meetings. But they've contacted me and they've said, okay, well, I caught up, or I saw the last meeting, or I didn't see the last meeting because where was it, or whatever. And they're active and they're part of it and they want to be more here as much as they can. And for whatever reason, schedules don't always align. But this project really does have 25 different artists at least. Really a lot more than that when you think about everybody that's gone into the production of each of the songs that are contributed. There's really probably hundreds of people that have been in part on this album, or included in the energy and the work that's gone into the creation of this album. And so when we think about all of those people coming together, I want to express appreciation to them. I want to express appreciation to the artists that can't be here but want to be here. To those that are included on the album, but maybe just haven't been able to, for schedules or for whatever reason, come and participated in these meetings, because they are welcome, they are wanted, and they are part of this journey as well.
Absolutely. Cheers to you who are in view. Cheers to you who are viewing us. And cheers to all of us for being willing to be the ones that we've been waiting for.
Cheers. And one more thing, I feel like for those watching, maybe it would be good to shout out where people can actually find the album that has been launched today. Maybe Jared wants to do that, just so everyone is watching thinking, oh wow, that sounds really cool. Also knows where to go after this meeting to listen to some really nice music.
Thank you, Luna.
Album22.com. Simple enough. Album22.com.
Beautiful. And that's number 22. So album22.com is where you can go. And we look forward to seeing what you have to say about what we've put out and what we said today. So leave a comment below. Let us know what this message means to you, what it means for you, what you're going to do with it, and who could use this message today to know that it's about the rooms that we get ourselves into, it's about the journey that we go on, and it's about who we choose to journey with in the process. So thank you. Toodaloo. Oh, wait, I was meaning to end the recording. Wait, sorry, just 1 second. All right, not perfect. There we go.
Lovely.
Awesome, guys, thank you. We went longer than expected, but you kind of expect that. So sorry, it doesn't always have to go over longer, but does anybody want to say anything before we go, other than like just you're amazing, thank you. Thank you, Jared. Truly, like, wouldn't be here without you. Like, cheers.
Yeah, we'll keep everyone posted as we update, get more interviews up, and as when we actually get the CDs rolling out. They had some hiccups coming into that process. So, but you know what? Everything's on the digital, available at the website. You can go to madhattermusic.org under album 22, or just straight to album22.com. And they'll take you to the same places.
Can I just say something really quickly? It might sound insignificant, but I have to say it because I've been noticing it the whole time I was on here. Luna, I love your hat. I think it was so cute. And had I thought to do something like that, I wish I did. I didn't. But Luna, this is also a comment to you. And I don't know, how it will be taken, but I have to say it. I haven't been on here for a few weeks. And to come back on, I just have to say that I noticed this huge change of energy in you. Like, you've always been great and fantastic and so involved, but there's a smile on your face that was plastered the entire time we were having this thing. And I'm just like, whoa. you know, it's something that's so obvious. And so that's why I have to mention it. And it's, you know, all of you, I love you. You're all wonderful. That's why we're all here. But that just really, like, I felt something so different. I can't explain it, but it's wonderful. And I think that's great to see someone so genuinely right from their heart happy. And I see it in your face right now, you know? So I think that's wonderful. It must be the hat.
It's totally like 100%. I put the hat on, the smile just, no, I actually have been really growing and really, I think, feeling myself into my own skin and learning to really enjoy being myself over the last couple of months. So I'm glad it shines through. Thank you for bringing it up. And I mean, you've always been all so beautiful, Suzi, as well. Like, I remember seeing you the first time being like, what an amazing, strong, shining woman. Like, oh my goodness. But I'm just going to stop throwing like beautiful stuff around, because I could say something nice about all of you and we could like just have a 1 hour meeting of praising people. But yes, I am happy, and I'm very happy to be here. I'm very grateful to be here with all of you.
I wish you luck on your journey, Luna. Mm-hmm. Your new town, your new adventure.
It's really exciting, slightly scary, but mostly really exciting.
I had no idea that Luna actually has the trademark of the black hat normally, but we've got the birthday hat. So I noticed that it's kind of symbolically significant that Luna's the only one, in fairness, Suzi. And I did even actually put it into the email in advance, like, don a birthday hat if you feel like it, or a party hat. But so like I even put out the feelers for you. So no, I'm just kidding. But everyone, it's been an absolute pleasure. Sorry, Luna. We missed that. Sorry. What?
I'm just a hat person. Like, any excuse to wear a hat is valid. Oh my, I cut out. I'm just a hat person, so like any excuse to wear a hat is great. And I cut out again, I think. It doesn't matter. It wasn't important.
It is important. You are important, and yes, okay, you're a hat person.
I think I'm back. But yeah, I'm a hat cat person. That is part of my personality. So yes.
Hat person noted. Love it. That was so frustrating when you're trying to get at a point, and then it's like, it literally, your video stopped the second time, but like we could still hear you repeating yourself. So it was quite funny. But anyway, we'll let this be enough for today. And so we've got the launch. I'm Rimini. You and I will speak tomorrow. And Jared, we're going to connect as well and do your interview. Luna, I'm going to get yours up. I need your music. Something I wanted to mention to you guys, when I was looking on YouTube, I think it could be really advantageous to all of us. And correct me if I'm wrong, but in the About Me page on YouTube for our channels, what if we just put all of our links to our social medias? Like, I went over to Billy Boy, the Jamaican Cowboy's YouTube, and in it, he has one line, and it's just about being a reggae and country singer, but it doesn't give any information if I wanted to find him off of that site. So that kind of sparked me in wanting to say, like, and then I went over and I put all of my handles and hashtag, like, well, not hashtags, but I put my handles onto my About Me page in mine. So I don't know whether it's not necessarily the best example, but at least it's a framework to just kind of get an idea.
You can always, in the banner of YouTube, you can like have these little logos that link to all your sites. So like, if you haven't done that, that is definitely a great way to do it, which looks like very professional. You just have the little logos of the different social media. And when people click on it, you can also link to your website. They can find your platform. And also in the description of every video, I always include all my socials. So it's like also just another tip to do. Like, write the description, and then underneath you can also find me here.
Yeah, I just need to get a template. Like, if you have could you just share your template, and then like I can kind of just draft one similar but like different. But I guess I can just do it. I just need to do it. But I'll look at one of your videos, because if you say they're all the same.
Yeah, and you can write me anytime if you need, like, have questions or whatever. And that goes for anyone. Like, I think it goes without saying, but we're here for each other as a community. If I had a question about something that I knew, that I saw, for example, I was like, oh, Suzi did this and it's really cool and I want to know more about it, I would reach out to her and ask. And like the same, if you see something that I do, you think it's cool and you want to ask, like, I'm here to help anytime. I thought it was like very obvious, but just like put it in the room again.
Thank you.
Guys, if I could just add something, you might already know, and I don't know if it's available everywhere, but there's something here called Linktree. So it's a one link that you go to. I created one for myself, and just to show you, when I click it, this is what comes up. It's all my socials. Sorry for the glare. You'll have everything there. It has my Facebook, TikTok, website, Spotify, all on one link. So you click the one link, it takes you to all my socials. It's so much easier.
It's so super useful. I have that in all my bios. I have my link tree, but you can also, this is another one. We're just going into tips here. There's also a website called, if you want to do this for a song, so you want to share your song on all platforms at the same time and not just have a Spotify link or a YouTube link or one link, you want to have them all. You can create a sort of link tree for a song for free on a website called Songwhip. It's Songwhip, like the whip, and you can just put the name of your song and it searches all the links automatically, and then you have a link you can share that takes to YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and everywhere. So when someone wants to listen to your song, they can choose their platform. So that's another really useful tool.
Wow.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being part of this.
Jared, could you share the full format of the picture you used on album 22 so we can post it on our Instagram, because a bigger file could be better, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I can share that with you. That actually came from Mia Muze. So I was talking about artists that are not able to make the meeting, but are still here to contribute and still feel a part of this community, and they are still very much a part of this community. Mia Muze helped do the album covers, and then also, what I used for the album cover is I took the album cover for Ton-E, the creation, his Laura and Denise's picture that they artwork that they bought from Sandy Madalino, and I took that and I laid everybody's picture over the top of it. And I was just kind of given a rough idea of what I wanted to do. And then I sent that to Mia, and Mia sent it back with album 22 on there, and just kind of laid out in a lot better format. So I can definitely post that somewhere. And on the website, you should be able to link to it and copy it. I will definitely.
From the website, it's only like 100 KB. Maybe if you have a bigger one for Instagram, it could be really helpful.
All right, I'll see if I can forward that.
Okay, thank you.
Screenshots are pretty useful too. Just, I don't know whether that's something that you probably think about it, but I don't know. I use screenshots. That's what I've pulled off, but I don't know. I'm not one to know about quality of like resolution and things so much. So like, I don't pay attention to those specific details, but that's because I haven't done it the professional way specifically. But it's like, I'm so grateful to be plugged into people who are further down those paths to be able to, draw on the resource bank that we've got here. So I'm gonna say everyone's free to go. Rimini, I know it's late where you are, so we'll wrap it up for today, and look forward to coming together again in August. We're going to do a mentorship program. So launching that in the fall. I think we really need to be working with the youth. So we can get into all of those details. And if you guys have input or insight or questions or comments or ideas for any of that, or what you're working on, like if you could let us know, like if you could reach out and keep us posted, because like we've got a couple week gap before, as we kind of just figure out what the best way to make the most use of our time it would be is going.
Well, in general, if everybody's got something going on, send it around, because this is community and we're here to lift each other. So let's keep it going. Let's keep lifting each other up.
Love it. All right. Class dismissed. Just kidding. Love you guys.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.